If Trump loses in 2024, do you think he will run again in 2028? There's a strong argument to be made that running for president is Trump's most successful business venture. So, yes, he will keep running. He'll run every 4 years until he takes his last breath. The grift will live on forever. I assume that he'd try again. Whether he'd be able to get the support he needs to win a primary in the event of another failure is another story. That's all assuming that he's not in prison or something, which does seem like a real possibility. He will be dead. Plot twist. Despite concerns about Biden's age, I believe Trump is far more likely to die of natural causes within the next 5 years. He just does not take care of himself. He is also clearly showing early signs of dementia, and his father had Alzheimer's, which is highly hereditary. No, neither Trump nor Biden would be physically capable of running in 2028. Both would be too old for a rematch after another 4 years. Even their own parties would abandon them at that point. Also, Trump needs to win in 2024 to get out of legal trouble. He's stalling for time and hoping to run out the clock on his losing court battles until he's back. Under presidential immunity, he can't stall out of another 4 years. Trump will run as long as stupid people keep sending an alleged billionaire money. Yes, and when he's finally gone, someone just like him will take his place. After spending some time claiming that he won, I think he'll immediately declare again, so he can keep collecting donations and claiming persecution and anything else that will gum up the works of his legal cases. Edit. Oops, fixed the switched word. He's likely to be some sort of mix of dead, in prison, or broke. He also seems to be on a steep mental decline lately. All of his speeches are just bizarre. Endless ramblings to fewer and fewer crowds. If he wasn't a scumbag, I would almost feel sorry for the guy. But he's a con man, a grifter, and a traitor to our country, so I don't feel anything for him. We should all be somewhat grateful to Trump. After all, he has exposed the flaws in the U.S. electoral process that failed to prevent someone of such poor character, low intellect, amorality, criminality, and fraudulent tendencies from ever attaining the highest office in the land, and then running for re-election on a platform of lies, fear-mongering, and outright division that have put us closer to armed civil conflict than at any time since 1860. If we still have a republic after 2024, we really need to correct the deficiencies that have led us to the brink where we now stand. Apparently, the founders of the United States were too idealistic and failed to envision a time where the Congress and the Supreme Court would devolve as institutions to the point where they became havens for self-serving men and women, guided only by wealthy contributors and special interests groups. Not all sitting members of Congress are corrupt, but so many are such that they prevent anything measurably good from getting done. Not every judge on the court is a Clarence Thomas, but the fact that he is still on the bench and not facing impeachment and sanction by his associates tells us how bad things really are. One logical first step is to make Trump an example for those who would otherwise use his playbook. In the future, he deserves nothing less than a stiff prison sentence, a financial penalty for every voter he attempted to disenfranchise, and a lifetime ban from public office. Likewise for every legislator and SC justice who supported the insurrection. They must all be held accountable. Of course, yes, since the 2024 election will again be stolen. No, he won't. I think he is going to get crushed by a much larger margin this time, and all the GOP won't side with him anymore. All of his court cases should be over by then, and I am sure at least something will stick. Once he goes to jail, he will have less media coverage and will fade into obscurity. I think he will lose the race because millions of the youth have turned 18 and they lean more left than right. I don't think he'll live until 2028. He's an old and senile man. If he loses in 2024, he'll surely be incarcerated. His only hope to escape imprisonment for his various crimes is to win the presidency again and pardon himself. Some pissed off maggot is in here downvoting everybody, and it's hilarious. If you're still convinced he's what America needs, you're the problem just as much as he is. Only knuckle draggers are backing him at this point, and yes, maggot, the rest of the country thinks you're all legit morons and you're in a cult. Because you are. Trump won't last long in the grand scheme of things, but the precedents he will set will last decades if he wins. It will reinforce and embolden the bad people to run and further dilute the governance of this country. Hopefully he'll die before that. Just put him in jail already. I don't need 4 more years of chaos and people roaming around with guns looking to shoot anyone that doesn't like him. If he thinks it will keep him out of jail, I'd be surprised if he lived that long.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.